all of the participants in this conference. First of all, I would like to honor the Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Bapak Satria Agus, SS MPD. And then the second one, I would like to honor the Vice Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education. And then honorable to the dignitaries attendees in these sessions. And I also would like to honor all of the keynote speakers in these sessions. We have 3 keynote speakers in these sessions. The first one will be Mr. Suyadi, SSMED, PhD. And then the second one, honorable to Mr. Tajul Suhaizam bin Said. And then honorable to our last keynote speaker in this session, Mrs. Gillian Kitman, who are joining us online via Zoom sessions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really glad for having you all here in this session. This is this is the first plenary sessions in this conference. And in this session, we have 3 keynote speakers. And all of the keynote speakers will deliver their keynote speech one by one. And after that, we're going to have question and answer sessions. And for the first keynote speakers, I kindly invite Mr. Suyadi. Please come on the stage and please give a round of applause for Mr. Suyadi. Okay, welcome to this conference, Mr. Suyadi. You may have a seat. Yeah, but Mr. Suyadi, before we are coming to your speech, let me introduce you to the audiences in this occasions. I would like to read your short biography. All right. Oh yeah, thank you. Excuse me for a while. Okay, I'm really sorry. Some technical problem actually. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first keynote speakers today, Mr. Suryadi, received most of his training in education, and Mr. Suryadi spent most of his 20 years career in education and training. And he is native speaker of Indonesian and Japanese. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Suryadi earned a PhD in literature and social education focused in global education standard from University California in Los Angeles. So the participants who are from that major or from that focus, maybe it's a big change for us to discuss about that one. And then Mr. Suryadi earned his master of Education in Curriculum Design and Development from University of Canberra, Australia. And his undergraduate degree in English Language and Literature was taken University Gajayana Malang, Indonesia. And then a little bit about Mr. Suyadi. The first one is about his professional experiences. He has a lot of professional experiences, and the latest one is Australian Award Short Course Scholarship in Teacher Professional Educations and University Government Collaborations at the University of Queensland's Brisbane, Australia. And also other experiences that I cannot read one by one. And Mr. Suyadi also received a lot of honor and award. Of course, Mr. Suyadi already invited in many seminar, international seminar and national conference also. And his research, the latest one, about implementations of authentic assessment. Other research about implementation of cycle learning and teacher influences in the use of syllabic method, and many more. I cannot reach one by one actually. So maybe that's the general descriptions about our first keynote speakers today. Yeah, hopefully all of the participants here are excited to listen and having a highly good discussions today. All right, Mr. Suyadi, it's time for me to invite Mr. Suyadi to give your keynote speech today. So the stage is yours, Mr. Suyadi. Give a big applause for Mr. Suyadi, please. Mr. Suyadi, you have 14 minutes to do your keynote speech. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Mr. Dean, Pak Satria, my partners, keynote speaker, Professor Tazul, Prof. Datuk is my friend also. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this morning we are talking about in every international conference nowadays, they are talking about resilience. Everywhere, almost around the world, talking about resilience or how we can survive facing the future. My name here, I write down KGG, a special name given by Philippines government when I was becoming keynote speaker in several universities, in University of Philippines, University of Pangasinan State University, Northern Philippines, and then I giving some, I was as keynote speaker in several places, and then the governor gave me a name, KGG. KGG means Kagalang-galang. Kagalang-galang is in Tagalog language is like sure in British. The name of KGG here. When we are talking about how to survive in the future, let me see. Okay, this picture is very nice, right? A short term here written is not strongest species to survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one the most responsive to change. This is the fact that gives us how to survive in the future. It's only by responding the future, the changes will happen in front of us. Oh. Next, please. I like this man very much. It's far away from old way of thinking. Nowadays, it's not the problem of big. eaten the smallest, but the fastest eat the slowest. The fact around us shows like Singapore, a small country, but in terms of development, in terms of management, Singapore is up all of ASEAN countries because Singapore moved fast than other countries like Indonesia and other places. And it is can give us the inspiration that we have to move fast, responding what happened in front of us. And then for the next slide, please. This one. That happened on our country. We are now facing first, second, and the third industrial revolution. But we face the fourth industrial revolution. Whatever happened in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, everything is online. Like or dislike, everything is connected to the online ways. Yes, this one. Based on the research that already done by the Minister of Education, we see that because of the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and the Society 5.0, there are about 75 to 375 million labor shifting. It happened in front of us. And then 1.8 million workplace replaced by artificial intelligence. It is the fact in front of us. Human being already replaced by artificial intelligence. Then we have to respond this condition. If it is not, we are going to be left behind. In the past time, taxi going to be like that. We going to the street and then we stop the taxi like that in the past. But now, just by using our mobile phone, the taxi coming. It never have happened in our imagination before because you never thinking about this one. We always still thinking conventionally that in the future like this, like that. It's something different. In the future, perhaps, the taxi can drive by their own self, by autopilots. It happened, but we never prepare for that. Our university, our school also never prepare for this. We only studying conventionally. And then my question only from Indonesia, not from Malaysia, Prof. Yeah? Sorry. I try to ask questions to Indonesian university. Are they ready? Next, please. This is the big question for us. Is education in Indonesia ready to face this condition? Any answer? Seeing the situation and condition of our education system in Indonesia. Perhaps any answer? We are already facing this condition. Come on.
Okay, from the audiences, you may answer this question.
We are already facing this condition
welcome.
or not? No response? Doubt? Yes or no? No. Why? Okay, go on. After having some deep listening about this condition, I try to hear, to listen, to feel, to think, understanding and responding by the action. My short answer, we are not ready. There are several reasons, there are some aspects why we are not already facing this condition. The way of having deep listening, ladies and gentlemen, first we have to allow to engage without assumption. Many of us having their own assumption about something. If we are not making some deep listening, we try to allow engage without assumption, make it free. And then the second, establish trust by demonstrating that you are value what others say and take them seriously. Every word, every speech have their own value. That the importance is of understanding literacy. There is no word meaningless. It depending how we can see the word itself, from what side, from what angle we see the picture, the symbol or everything, there is values inside. And then cultivate authentic connection. It's not fake connection, but authentic connection. Why authentic connection is important to be built? Because we feel we need everyone, they have their own goodness and then weaknesses. That way, connection must be authentic one, not fake connection. Because of A, B, C, D, and D, but it must be authentic. We believe that everyone have their own goodness and weaknesses, and no one perfect. And then next slide, please. This is lowest, yeah, okay. This is my analysis based on my research. Indonesian education based on autonomous literacy model. Think it. Autonomous literacy model means all of the learning process is only done by final exam. When you pass final exam, that's all. We got score, we got mark, that's all. That's so far. That happened in our country. Okay? It means that the standardization of education just passing the test in certain subject and not giving enough experiences for facing the life in the future. You can feel that. Yes. Absolutely, yes. Except several of international school that very expensive in Jakarta something. They are not teaching like in this way. But mostly state universities, state school only preparing by using autonomous model. We have to learn several subjects and then pass a final exam, that's all. We got score, that's all. And then less enough of experiences. Faculty of Education in Queensland, when I was there for about 20 days there, a different model like us. Student at university entering a campus only one semester go to school teaching. But they want to be balanced between theories and then experiences. And then come to the campus again, they go to school again at the next semester. Teaching again. It is the candidate of teacher. Until 4 years. Absolutely, after they are passing undergraduate program, these students have a lot of experiences in teaching. It's different like Indonesia. We just learn at the campus, and then we just learn how to teach from field experience program for about a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. The question for us, how can be a professional teacher? No. The answer is no. And then the government supported by having PGP program or professional teacher training program. It also not help us very much to create us becoming professional teacher. It means that we have to try to thinking over this one and then try to change in the future. Focus on cognitive aspect, not yet. Yeah, focus on cognitive aspect. This is the fact. Our education only focusing on cognitive aspect. Knowledge, 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 and knowledge without thinking about affective and then psychomotoric. Where, based on the research, affective and psychomotoric is supporting 80% of somebody's success in the future. We ignored that one. We only focusing on the knowledge. While psychomotoric and then affective aspect, it is very important. That's why in many of the developing countries and Australia, now they are learning, they have behavior learning. The students should learn based on their passion. From primary education to high school to university, they have to learn from what is the student passion itself. No, we only learn everything we don't interested in. We have to change this one in the future. In Indonesia mostly, we learn something. For example, student in English department here, or student in Faculty of Education, they are entering here because of friend, because of her fathers, because of other things, not because of the patient mostly. But in Australia, it never happened. Because from primary education, junior high school to university, they want to learn what is my passion. When I'm passionate in sport, I learn sport. My passion in maths, I learn maths. When my passion in science, I learn science. But it's not happening in our country. The student must learn everything. So finally, when they're becoming an adult, they are not professional at all. We have to thinking about this one to change. I already giving some suggestion to Minister of Education. They're thinking next we start this one, Pak Suyadi. That's why by having independent curriculum or curriculum merdeka, this is a chance for us to try to restructure about the curriculum in Indonesia. And then education has not prepared well developed potential of students based on the interest they have. Yes, absolutely yes. That my investigation dealing with the education in our country that based on autonomous literacy model. I don't know in Malaysia, later you may ask the professor, but in Indonesia this is the fact. When we are not changing this condition, we will be like this forever. It is someone to thinking over, to discuss, to change these models. The target is not teaching about cognitive, whatever now everything could be online, but we focus what is student passion. Finally, they can be very, very professional in the future. Okay, next please. This is the research. My research and my friend, Alpha Beta in United States in 2001 at that time. 21st century skills. When I came to Indonesia in 2002 and US invite me, Pak Suyadi, what is skill needed for us? I show it to the minister over there. And then they take it, implement it at school in Singapore at that time. But when I bring it to my countries, I don't mention the name there. Yeah, Pak Suyadi, that's Singapore, not Indonesia, Pak Suyadi. This is the research 2001, long time ago. About 22 years ago. Singapore ticket, my ideas, Indonesian now. Because of that Singapore, Pak Suyadi, is like Kelurahan. They are very small countries, Pak Suyadi. It's different with Indonesia, big country. We are proud of the bigness, but we forget about the value of the bigness itself. I'm disappointed very much. This is skill. There are basic skill, literacy, and numeracy. Even 99.90% at school in Indonesia doesn't understand about the literacy and numeracy so far. In North Kalimantan, fortunately, we are in partnership with DFAT, Australian government. We are supported starting from 2009 up to now about literacy. First, finally, the score of PISA test, the student in North Kalimantan is up level of national score because we already implemented literacy, early literacy starting from 2019. Literacy is different like reading, no. Literacy is really deep meaning. For instance, when I'm Muslim, I can say Assalamualaikum, but we don't understand the meaning. That's only spelling. Literacy, we say something, we produce a word, we have to understand, really understand what is a word itself. Okay, some student from English department here, raise up your hand. From English department.
English department, raise your hand.
Raise up your hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only two.
Two
Only
students from English department. 3. All right. Okay, I have one question for you. In your mind, the word I love you, how many meaning? All right, I ask you, the word I love you, how many meaning you have?
Bianca, maybe you can share
The answer,
your
please?
idea.
Set it up. How many meaning? This, how many? 2. What's that? Okay, good. Any other ideas?
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Girvan Maesa. I'm from English education. I love you can means two. It can means aku cinta kamu, and it also can means aku sayang kamu. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Others, student, any opinion? Ada yang punya yang lain? I love you, how many meaning?
Silakan.
It could be thousands meaning. Depends what side, where, when, who say this word. When I say I love you to Prof, it's different. When I say I love you to these ladies, or I love you to my wife, or I love you to you, different meaning. Many more. So that's literacy. Understanding literacy is the keys of understanding every word. It's quite different with black hair and black heart. Black hair is real. Black heart is invisible meaning. Do you believe it? Black hair, black. The hair is black. But black heart, it is thousand meaning. It could be invisible meaning. It means when I said, I'm Pak Gatot, you are black heart. It means I say, could be Pak Gatot is evils. Pak Gatot is, I suppose, many kind of negative meaning inside of the word black in correlation with heart itself. That literacy. And then I asking to my professor, Professor Jody Miller, did Australia have the experience like us? Yesterday we already discussed with Prof. Yes, Pak Suyadi, Australia have the experience like us, like Indonesia in 1970. How to start this recovery? They said literacy and numeracy. That's the answer. That's the importance of the basic skill, literacy. Because math is life. Math is life. Even the book in Australia is not like the book in Indonesia and in Malaysia. Math 1, Math 2, Math 3. The title of the book in Australia, Math for Children, is Helping the Children Learning Math. Very nice title of the books. Not like us, Math 1, Math 2, Math 3, Math 4. The book, the title is Helping the Student Learn Maths. The word help here shows us that math is it's not something difficult, but the teacher must help the student to learn a maths. It's only the title. Seeing the title make us impress much about the title. Not like as a Math 1, Math 2, Math 3, Math 4. It's something scary. But over there, math is something easy. They plan literally to the student that math is not something difficult. Math is something easy for us. Okay? The second skill is about communication skill. Ladies and gentlemen, communication skill is not about how we communicate with others. It's not about the direction only. But we have to see who is the partner of our speaking. How we can say something. How we can recognize something, how we respond to something. So communication skill is not about we can able to speak any languages, but how we respond about a partner of speaking a certain situation accidentally. Responding the normative ethic as well as what happened in society. Because ethic we have like normative ethic. It is invisible ethic. When we communicate with somebody else, we have to respond. What is the ethic happen in the society? We have normative ethic, where it is mostly is not written, but we have to recognize the existence of this ethic itself. And then critical and then creative thinking skill. Without literacy and numeracy, it's hard for us for having this one. We have to start with literacy and numeracy. Finally, we can think critically. And then creative thinking one. And then other inquiry learning, interpersonal, multicultural, yes, okay, problem solving, and then technological skill, of course. Okay, next slide, please. Because we face this one. we want not only making some innovation in the future now. Innovation is making something a little bit better than before. That in the past. Now, we need somebody that only making innovation, but we need somebody who making disruption. Doing something new. Making something new that somebody else saying impossible. Impossible, possible. I give you some illustration and the fact. What happened with what we call by disruption here. Doing new thing. Not only recovery, make something different than before, little perfect. The before is not good, making a little bit good. No, but we make something different than the past. What happened in the past? Next slide, please. But it is impossible for us to make it when we have this kind of way of thinking. The first is growth mindset and then fixed mindset. Which one is yours? Yourself, you can answer those questions. Growth mindset, thinking failure is the opportunity to grow. While fixed mindset, failure is the limit. That the difference is. When you are a group of growth mindset, you feel doing something, this is my time to make a little bit better in the future. But when you are fixed mindset, failure is the limit of my ability. Oh, in Indonesian language, nggak bisa, susah ya, saya nggak mau nyoba. It's hard for me, impossible for me to try to do it. It's very difficult for us. This fixed mindset. But growth mindset, never saying give up. They can say also, I can learn to do anything what I want. Yes. But fixed mindset, I'm either good nor it, or I'm not limited themselves. And many other of criteria, okay, of the growth mindset. Okay, go on. Next slide, please. This is fixed mindset, thinking in this way. Always frustration, okay, a little bit struggle, failure, and then resignation and fear. While somebody who have fixed mindset, they have learning agility. Okay, they always courage, always confident to make achievement. Okay, this is the differences about fixed mindset and then growth mindset. Next slide. Next slide, please. This is the result of research in 72 countries. How big the influence of mindset in general here. You can see here that the other indicators of way of thinking of somebody performance, fixed mindset is dominated 27% influence somebody behavior. That's we call it as a fixed mindset dominant. Even based on the research, also we can see that socioeconomic background is much more, is under. Socioeconomic background will be here, other thing, but fixed mindset, growth mindset influence someone whether they are going to be succeed or not in the future. That it is something important that giving significant impact to ourselves when you have growth mindset. Next, please. Yes. Do you know these guys? What? Over there, still stop. Return back, please. Yes. This is what we said by Jack Ma. In the future, it's not about competition of knowledge. Unfortunately, we only learn about knowledge. A competition of creativity, competition of imagination, competition of learning, and the competition of independent thinking. That in the future. Perhaps some of you doesn't believe it. But Jack Ma already proved. When we try to thinking back about my conclusion, my slide before, on the other hand of educational institutions in Indonesia only teaching knowledge. While in the future, it's not needed. Because knowledge we can learn wherever, whenever we want for now. We just open Google, we can learn everything. But having competition of creativity, competition of imagination, competition of independent thinking is quite hard for us for having this one. It determines your future. Next slide, please. Do you know someone in Indonesia, when she was studying at United States, they have a dream to have big companies in transportation without having vehicle. Do you know this, guys? Somebody dream for having big companies in transportation without having vehicles when she was undergraduate program in United States. And then his friend mocked, you are crazy. How you can big company of transportation without having vehicle? That's impossible. Even his friend, Richard, said to him, unfucking believable. You daydreaming. But this man still keep on the idea, I want to have big transportation without having vehicles. Finishing his undergraduate program, continue his master program in United States. Do you know, you can guess somebody that having this one, having dreaming this one? This is the guys who can prove his dream. Nadiem Makarim, or Minister of Education. Now Nadiem Makarim having Gojek defeated thousands of big transportation in Indonesia and the world without having any vehicles. Do you believe it? It never under our prediction. Nadiem Makarim having a dream, having big transportation without having a vehicle, but it happened. We have Gojek, we have Uber. It is the largest transportation without vehicles. Other dream, it's like YouTube, Bukalapak, etc. Someone who have think about the future, and then somebody else mock him. Finally, the future come true. So growth mindset determine somebody success or not success in the future. Next slide, please. This is picture practice. We have to thinking having car that can fly. We have also thinking about having bicycle in the water and many other things about future thinking. We have to create the opportunity by ourselves. Next slide. How we have to do responding this future condition? First, we are commitment to increase the investment on digital skill development, ladies and gentlemen, and then always try to implementing the latest technology prototype, learning by doing, explore new form of collaboration, carried identity, and then develop the compile educational curriculum, including material about human digital skill that we have to do for institution. Next slide, please. For universities, this is a university. Important for universities. First, for higher education transformation, there are 8 key performance. First, graduate get decent job. How we create it from our university. Number 2, students are earning off-campus experience. That's why we have to send our students out of campus, out campus again. Not only stay in the room all of the time. That's why what happened in Australia, in England, something, the student in, out, having a lot of experience. That Merdeka Belajar, that's our chance to make our curriculum better in the future. And then, lecture are being activity outside a university. Yeah, we have to having much activity outside the university, in industrial condition, at school, at other university or other places. Because by going out, the lecturer having new experience that this is from your side, this is from other people's side. not easy judge, knowing the realities that happen around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, lectures and then practitioners at the campus, we have in the future. We invite the expert, even though the education is not PhD or the education only senior high school, but the expert in something, invite them, come to the campus to cheat the experience about what experience happened that they have. And then lecture achievement, innovation, ultimately committed by recognized internationally, yes, like research and other things. And then international standard study program, yes, of course, collaborative and participative class, and then cooperation between student, international level partner, of course, in terms of curriculum, intensive and the graduate absorption, etc. This is what we have to do. Next slide, please. This, the activity out of campus that we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, student exchange, okay, internship, teaching assistant, and then research, community service program, independent project, entrepreneurial, and then humanitarian project, something like that. We are now, together with Association of Rector in Indonesia, we have this one in Malaysia now this. We already sent about from 7 universities so far, like UBT, Pajajaran, USU, Malikul Saleh, UNPAD, UNESA, UNJ, something already sent students for having humanitarian project. This is the project that happened. We never predict this one, but we already implemented this one. We sent our students for teaching at school in Malaysia, and for about 3 months, I'm not mistaken. This is one of the target for making good condition for our students, because they are going to have the experience teaching in Malaysia, teaching in Philippines, teaching in Thailand, something. It is a new experience for them, and this is a very important one. The last one. Okay, next please. What you think about these simple words, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, audience, what do you think about this one? The best way to predict the future is created. What does it mean? Any idea? Bisa dibayangkan nggak apa yang Anda pikirkan yang nggak bisa bahasa Inggris dengan kata-kata itu? You say it in bahasa Indonesia, that's right. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln, the President of the United States. Any idea? What you can catch up of this? Apa yang bisa Anda tangkap dari kata-kata ini? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, raise up your hand, angkat tangan.
Silakan.
Ayo, apa yang bisa tangkap dengan kata-kata singkat ini? Come on. Gak usah takut belajar ngomong. Speak up. Jangan nyanyi aja. Siapa nyanyi tadi? Gak usah ngomong. Ayo nyanyi, ngomong. Ayo. Apa yang bisa Anda ambil, Anda tebak dari kata-kata yang sangat luar biasa ini. Ini diungkapkan oleh Presiden Amerika Serikat yang luar biasa. Yang membuat Amerika sangat besar. Apa? Nomor 1. Future is unseeable. Okay? Future foreseeable. Masa depan itu tidak bisa dilihat. Masa depan ialah nggak bisa diprediksi. Bagaimana menciptakan masa depan? You create your future. Nadiem Makarim already prove it. It's never under wise consideration, where we're thinking conventionally, ya. Nadiem Makarim mimpi punya perusahaan mobil transportasi terbesar tanpa punya mobil. Is illogic. Tanyakan yang punya Bukalapak, pengalamannya juga sama. Dia buka Bukalapak, orang ngomongin dia, bullshit. Kamu bisnis apa itu, online gak jelas. Sekarang Bukalapak itu perputaran uangnya 1 bulan itu 200 miliar. Dulu dicemooh nih. Nadiem Makarim juga begitu. Punya mimpi punya perusahaan mobil tanpa punya mobil. Logikanya illogic. Tapi Nadiem Makarim bisa membuktikan that your future, you can create your future that's based on the way of your thinking. Next slide. Singapore. This is the proof. Now Singapore become different with us because they can decide values driven, now becoming student-centric, values-driven. It means the student must learn from what is the student passion. Jadi belajarnya berdasarkan apa yang diminati oleh peserta didik. Dari TK bahkan sudah dipetakan bakatnya kemana. Di sekolah mengajar berdasarkan passion student. So, the lesson plan at school is not one. The lesson plan could be depending the number of students. When we try to implement it, a student-centric values-driven here. That makes Singapore becoming great country for now. Okay? I think that's all for now. The last slides. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we already listened to a very fruitful explanation from Mr. Suyadi. And for the next session will be a question and answer. Yeah, we go directly to the question and answer from the audiences or participants from this conference. If you are curious about the explanations from Mr. Suyadi or you have something to ask, you can use this opportunity, yeah, asking questions or sharing your idea. Yeah, please. If you have something to ask, you may raise your hand. Iya, boleh ya bagi yang ingin bertanya dengan bahasa Indonesia. Karena keynote speaker kita yang pertama ini native language-nya tadi bahasa Indonesia dan Jepang ya Pak ya. Jadi bahasa Jepang juga boleh kayaknya. Welcome, we are welcome for bahasa Indonesia and bahasa Jepang. Silahkan bagi yang ingin bertanya. Anybody? Malu-malu nih kayaknya Pak. Bahasa Indonesia? Bahasa Indonesia juga boleh ya Pak ya. Come on, silahkan. Ada yang raise hand? Oke, sepertinya masih berpikir ini Pak Zayadi. Oke, if there is no questions, maybe. Anybody raise hand? Oh belum. Oke, kita boleh lanjut ya Pak ya. Oke, thank you so much Mr. Suryadi for the explanations today. Semoga nanti kita ketemu lagi di lain kesempatan Mr. Suryadi dan banyak yang bertanya ya, Sir ya. Oke, thank you so much and maybe we're gonna give a big applause for Mr. Suryadi. Kita kasih tepuk tangan yang meriah dulu untuk Mr. Suryadi. Our first keynote speaker. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's come to the next keynote speaker. Yeah. Maybe before coming to the next sessions, I would like to say hello to the board committee that already joined via Zoom, and also the participants and audiences in Zoom yang join di Zoom. Selamat bergabung bersama kita di sini di conference ini. Alright, it's time for me to invite our second keynote speaker, Mr. Tajul. Please welcome on stage. Yeah, as usual, before Mr. Tajul explained or deliver his keynote speech, yeah, give a big applause for Mr. Tajul. Yeah, you may have a seat, Mr. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Hello, good morning, Mr. Tajul. Welcome to Indonesia. You may press the button. Yeah. Okay. Maybe before coming to your presentation, I would like to read a short biography to introduce you to the audience. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our second keynote speaker is Professor Dr. Tajul Suhaizam bin Said from Institute of Malay, from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia. And Mr. Tajul is a lecturer from the Faculty of Art, Sustainability and Creative Industry, University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia, and specialized in ceramic arts and ceramic technology. And Mr. Tajul received his PhD from University Science Malaysia and Masters of Art from University of Central England in Birmingham, UK. And Mr. Tajul research, many actually, and I cannot read one by one, already present in this slide, Then maybe we need to know that Mr. Tajul supervised 9 PhD students, sir, and then 9 master students, Of course, related to his expertise. And then he also has a lot of publications in international journal and a national journal. Already, it's disappeared. Maybe I cannot read one by one, but of course related to his expertise. All right, I think that's all, Mr. Tajul. It's time for me to give a chance for our second keynote speaker to deliver his keynote speech. So the stage is yours. You can press the plus button to go to the next slide. Committee maybe can help.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and very good morning to everybody. First of all, thank you very much, Miss Anifa, for moderate these sessions, and good morning also to Dean of Faculty, Bapak Pak Satria, Prof. Datuk Malik, and staff, all lecturers from the faculties, and not forgetting also all the students of Umrah universities. Once again, Assalamualaikum and salam. Wow, with lightning. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. This morning I would like to talk about the adaptations of Malay philosophy value through maritime education, preservation, and conservation wisdom. First of all, I would like to thanks to Prof. Malik and the university to invite me to share my thoughts and also my ideas regarding about the adaptations of Malay philosophy through maritime education, preservation and conservation. A little bit of my introductions. My university, Sultan Idris Education University, is far away from the maritime, but we don't have any expert in maritime. But from my institute, Malay Civilizations Institute, we also had a lot of documents, lot of the artifacts regarding about the how Malay philosophy contribute to the maritime educations. Okay, in these sessions, I would share my thought, I think, all right, okay. So ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow scholar, okay, today we embark on journey to uncover the profound integrations of Malay wisdom into the realms of maritime educations. Malay philosophy deeply rooted in a profound reverence for nature and sustainability. It's intertwined with various phases of society, cultures and belief system. As we delve into these explorations, we will shine light on how this philosophy fosters ecological awareness and responsible practice, offering value insights not only for maritime education, but also for borders, fields promoting sustainable practice and safeguarding the environment. Furthermore, it was nothing the interesting in relationships between the wisdom of Malay cultures and border context of ecological stewardship. The influence of Islamic heritage on environmental wisdom, the interconnectedness of all life forms, and the imperative of conservation add deep to this perspective, impressive and important of protecting our natural world. Okay, beyond the philosophicals, okay, we must recognize the practicals and vital aspect call upon individuals to take proactive steps in their life to alter how they use, acquires, and manage water. From home life, food, cultures, and health to education, economics, and our natural environments. Neglecting these values, failing to act, poses significant risks, including the mismanagement of our precious water resources. The celebration of World Oceans Day is a global call to action, shedding light on the critical roles oceans play in our daily life. Oceans not merely body of water, but vital sources of sustenance and medicines. They are essential components of the biosphere, and the impacts of human action on these vast expanses cannot be underestimated. This year's themes, Planet Oceans, Tides Are Changing, highlight the urgencies of collaborative efforts to ensure the health and well-being of our oceans. Water, beyond its physical significance, influences multiple religions. It serves as core element in various religious rituals, symbolic purifications in Islam, Hindu, and also Christianity, among others. Moreover, water play a dual roles, both literary and metaphysic in aspect of cultures, including arts, music, and literatures. As we explore the integration of Malay philosophy into maritime educations, we find ourselves at the nexus of environmental wisdom, culture reverence, and practical action. It is a testament to the interconnectedness of human value and the natural worlds, and to call to foster a more responsible and sustainable coexistence with our environments. Ladies and gentlemen, exploring Malay philosophy. In our journey today, we delve into the hearts of Malay philosophy, a cornerstone that underpins the profound relationship between the Malay community and the sea. The philosophy is deeply intertwined with values such as courtesy, respect, modesty, diversity, nobility, and more. What is essential to understand is that these values are not abstract concepts. They are deeply ingrained in daily life of the Malays. They fix expression in their socio-religious practice, ritual, and educational perspective. It is also imperative to acknowledge the integrated connection between Malay philosophies of education and the broader Islamic worldwide. The ethical foundations of Malay culture rest on concepts like Buddhi in Islam, Adab and Akhlaq, each contribute to their holistic understanding of life and the environment. As we explore the heart of Malay philosophies, it becomes clear that there are unwavering connections to culture value, extend to principles like affiliations, appreciations, fairness, loyalty, obedience, tolerance, and hospitality. These values not only define their community but also play a pivotal role in shaping their harmonious coexistence with the sea and the world around them. Moreover, the profound influence of Malay philosophy and Islamic heritage extend to environmental wisdom, offering a unique perspective that can greatly enrich maritime education. This speech delves into various dimensions of this wisdom, encompassing social value, customary norms, environmental ethic, belief systems, and traditional spatial practice, collectively forming the foundation of Malay wisdom for safeguarding the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow scholars, when we talk about unveiling the profound maritime heritage within Malay culture, we cannot deny Malay culture steeped in the history and tradition exhibit a maritime heritage in immense deep, one that indelibly shaped their way of life, livelihood, and their profound affinity with the oceans. This maritime legacy is testament to intricate relationship between the Malays and the sea, reflecting a culture ethos deeply embedded in their identity. Maritime heritage within Malay culture find its roots in a history that spans centuries. The Malay, as a seafarers, have long relied on the ocean as a source of sustenance, trade, and exploration. Their traditions passes down through generations, bear and the imprints of maritime practice, revealing in a rich tapestry of nautical knowledge, whether it is the art of navigation, boat building techniques, or fishing methods. These traditions have been meticulously honed and preserved, reflecting the practical wisdom derived from the ocean embrace. Okay, this is the Malay world maps. We have seen there is a lot of Malay in the globes, okay, whereby that is separated with the divide with nations, and we believe that these Malay have survived with their philosophies and always practice their philosophy. Okay, with Malay philosophy, it also binds with the Islamic belief. Okay, as example, Surah Ar-Rum, ayat 46. Okay, whereby that God has said that. Okay. As Surah Ar-Rum, ayat 46, and of his sign is that he sent the wind of bringer of the good tidings and let you taste his mercy, and so the ship may sail at his command, and so you may seek of his bounty, and perhaps you'll be grateful. Okay, this is the evidence that how Malay philosophy and Islamic belief has been bind together, and with these the local indigenous and also with the Islamic values is a bind with the Malay philosophies. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, this maritime heritage also play pivotal roles in shaping the Malay close connection with the oceans. The daily life are deeply influenced by the rhythms of the tides, the winds, and the bounty of the sea. It is in this intricate interplay that the Malay find a sense of belonging, sense of being in harmony with their natural surrounding. In the academic context, the exploration of this maritime heritage is not only a window into the past, but a lens through which we can understand the present and the futures. It offers insight how culture, traditions can be instrumental in environmental stewardships and sustainable practice. It reminds us that relationship between cultures and the environment is not one of separations, but of profound interconnectedness. In conclusion, the deep-rooted maritime heritage with Malay culture is a treasure, truth, a knowledge, tradition, and value. It shapes their way of life, their livelihoods, and their intimate connections with the oceans. Academic inquiry into this heritage not only enrich our understanding of the Malay culture identity, but also provide blueprint for fostering sustainable coexistence with the natural worlds. Ladies and gentlemen, the significance of integrating maritime education for the preservation and transmissions of traditional seafaring wisdoms also include the incorporations of maritime education into the academic sphere hold paramount importance in the context of preserving and transmitting the traditional knowledge, skill, and practice intimately tied to the sea. This imperative transcends the realms of cultures and history, has profound implications for the sustainability of maritime communities and the safeguard of the world oceans. At its core, maritime education serves a bridge between the past and the future. The sea has been a nurturing mother to countless generations of seafaring community, endowing them with a wealth of knowledge and expertise that span